Okay, I'm here backstage after the UFC 246 press conference with UFC President Dana White. Just wrapped up. We're here to talk about UFC 246, but first, got to talk about something that happened between the last time I saw you and now.
Okay.
Two things that pertain to our interests, our combined interests. John Frusciante, back in the Chili Peppers.
Yes.
Rage Against the Machine, back together.
Fucking wow, right?
Were you stunned? You had no idea, right, I assume?
So you can ask any of the people in here that surround me on a daily basis. As soon as I found out that that Rage was getting back together, I started checking all the locations. Which one was I going to go to?
Coachella? We doing Coachella together this year, you and me?
Here's the problem. So right now, the dates that they have laid out, they're doing Texas
like 5
date,
dates, yeah.
Arizona date, they're doing Boston.
I'm going to that one.
Yeah. So the Boston one is the day of my son's graduation from high school.
Do you want me to make matters worse for you?
What?
Chili Peppers are on the Boston.
I know. I do know that.
And the Foo Fighters.
It's going to be sick. That's such a sick show.
Yeah.
I
want to see a video of you. You know those videos of Shaq in the mosh pits?
I did.
I want to
saw
see
those.
a video of you like killing in the name, fucking in the pit with everybody.
Well, there's some online right now.
Of you at Rage concerts?
At Rage.
I haven't seen
my
that.
42nd birthday at Rage, and there will be videos at this one too. I'm going to go to the Arizona one.
Okay, I can't wait to see the videos from that.
So I'm going to Arizona.
I assume
the
you're
problem
stoked at Chili Peppers.
I don't want to go to Coachella, man. Coachella's a fucking shit show.
We would tear Coachella up.
It's a shit show.
But that's sort of why people go, isn't it? You go for the
crazy to
Instagram
get in
pictures, you go for the
I don't go.
The Insta shot, the thirst trap.
I don't go.
No Dana White thirst traps
No,
on the Instagram anytime
I'm not
soon?
interested in
You're
Coachella.
still lighting people up in the comments, though. I've been keeping a close eye on those.
Is that what?
You're still lighting people up in your Instagram comments.
That'll never change.
I love it.
That'll never change. I love doing that. So I have, if something happens and these guys don't play these dates, because you never know what Rage.
Yeah.
If they don't play these
They're like
dates,
Nate Diaz
I will
of
be
bands.
forced to go to Coachella. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
I hope that does happen. I want to see you there, like trying to enjoy the band while there's 1,000 Instagram models.
I'm gonna be trying to
around you.
figure out how you fucking helicopter in there and how you fucking
All right, so with the fight itself, how quickly did this come together? Because we saw some stuff on the UFC website that UFC 246 was scheduled for February, or there were some things on February. It seemed like it all came together immediately.
It did. Conor and I had been talking anyway about him coming back and fighting and when and where and all this stuff. And how fast did it come together?
Maybe less than a month. Maybe
Yeah,
2.5 months.
So the whole card, did you have fights booked that you moved to this card, or did you have to
we
call
knew
people up? And
that's always easy. When we lay the cards out and we have, even if we have a date that we think we might do, these guys have fights that'll go in
and I assume
those
when
slots.
you reach out
And
to
then you
fighters
start
and say you want
saying,
to fight on a Conor card.
what's the main and co-main? What are we gonna do?
Yeah. And how close did we get at any point to a different matchup for Conor? We heard rumors in November of maybe an Aldo rematch. We heard rumors over the summer of Gaethje, and he had the hand injury. We heard rumors of Cowboy back then too. Did we come dangerously close to seeing a different return opponent for Conor, or no?
Listen, Conor, I had this conversation earlier today about, the whole Gaethje thing and this and that, and does Conor have approval over who he fights on? First of all, Conor McGregor has never turned down a fight. So if you look at a guy like Conor, who was such a massive star and had so much riding on each fight, right? We would go into his living room and say, this guy just fell out. And his response would be, either I'm going back to bed, tell me who I'm fighting when I wake up, or I'm going to the gym, let me know who says yes.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the responses this guy had to people falling out. He's never turned down a fight. It's never been an issue of who he was going to fight or not. And him and Cowboy have been talking about fighting since the day at that
The
seasonal
fans
press
have wanted it
conference
for
we
so
did.
long. I mean, our first interview was basically you and me going back and forth on whether or not this was a co-main event or a main event.
Exactly.
I hate to say it, but told you so.
Yeah. So did Lorenzo. So did Lorenzo. Lorenzo hit me with that one too. Told you so.
And how do you feel about the people saying maybe the hype isn't here for this one because there was a quieter build from Conor? I've seen that narrative from the media, that there's a quieter build to this one. The hype isn't there. Even Dave Portnoy, my boss, came up to me yesterday. He's like, there's no hype for this one.
So
I said, fight week comes, the hype will follow.
So the no hype for this thing. The gate is $10.6 million. Every Avenger is coming to this fight.
The Avengers are going to be there?
Tom Brady's flying in for this fight. The list goes on and on.
You just
This
you,
thing,
you just
we're
blew my mind
already-
with that Avengers comic.
we're
I'm
already-
not going to be able to think about
We're
anything
already
else.
breaking records for pre-buys, and this is a global, massive event. And the question isn't, will this break records? It's already breaking records.
Wow.
So anybody who thinks there's no hype is out of their minds. Listen, because Conor isn't running around and, going nuts
Yeah.
before this fight.
Thankfully, Team McGregor, we want him just on the straight and narrow, no proper for camp. We'll save
Yeah,
it for
exactly.
afterwards.
Have you even watched ESPN at all this week?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
The commercials are all. Listen, I'm not saying the hype's not there.
the National College Championship football game,
With the,
and the
with
list
the
goes
shady
on and on.
commercial, I love it. I'm here for it. Trust me, I'm all in on a Conor Fight Week fight.
they're all wrong.
What is your current least favorite narrative that's going around about the UFC, about the from the media?
Least favorite narrative
I
now.
feel like you usually have something where you're like, this is what they're currently getting wrong.
Oh, they get everything wrong. Everything is wrong. Anybody in the media who's a supposed expert about this sport and tries to talk about the business, of the UFC is fucking hysterical. I mean, they literally know nothing about this sport. They know nothing about the business. They know nothing about where it's headed or where it's going. And that's fun for me. I actually enjoy that.
Could we be seeing the BMF Championship coming out of retirement? I know you don't make the fights, on Fight Week or the day after fights, but it seems like both of the people in this fight with a win could potentially face Jorge Masvidal.
One of the things that I love
potentially
is
want to
that
call him out.
how much everybody liked the BMF title.
Everyone
and
loved it.
How many guys want to fight for the BMF title. I love that. But I did the thing as a one and done, but Conor wants that belt. Cowboy wants that belt. When they end up fighting, Usman wants that belt.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll have to see how this thing plays out.
I think it could be cool. Maybe even you let Jorge keep the original one,
Right,
and there's
right.
a different thing coming around. Now transitioning to a little less fight-oriented news, but it's still Dana White news. I saw. We got to talk about this Best Buy security guard thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this Best Buy security guard, I think the video went viral. We posted it on Barstool for sure. Demolishes some guy trying to shoplift from the Best Buy.
Right.
She gets fired from her job because she was
Right.
being too aggressive, apparently.
Yeah.
You flew her out this week?
Yeah, she gets here tomorrow. So she'll be here tomorrow. And what happened was she had put in her 2-week notice, right?
Okay.
So when she did that, they fired her.
She was like, I'm going off
No,
now.
but here's the thing. When somebody puts in their 2-week notice, right?
Yep.
Usually the attitude is, I don't give a shit
Well, senioritis.
what happens around this place. The fucking place can cave in for all I care. I'm out of here in 2 weeks and whatever. This girl saw this guy, and this was the second time he was coming in to steal.
Okay.
And he's stealing the same thing he stole the first time, right? And she's like, not today, motherfucker. She goes downstairs and she stops him, right?
And
you
this
see
video,
this battle.
If you haven't seen this video, it's a must-watch because it's laugh out loud funny how long it goes on. They go off screen at one point. You think it's over, and then they come right back on
in,
screen.
right?
Yeah.
He's got her shirt pulled over
Yeah.
her head. Then he gets up and starts pointing his finger. She gets right back in his face and she's like, beat it. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here, right? These are the kind of people that work for you that you celebrate.
Definitely.
You don't let her go early. You keep her around for another 2 weeks and you try to convince her to stay.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of people you want working for you. You celebrate those type of people. So I love her. I'm flying her in. Lene talked to her and said she's awesome. Lene said she's
Are
awesome.
you gonna hire her? Do you want her to work
I'm going to
UFC
offer
security?
her a job.
That's amazing.
I'm
That
offering
reminds
her
me
a
of 1 month trial Ethan. Maybe your favorite.
And Best Buy was
Barstool
nuts.
employee.
They should have negotiated with her and tried to keep her, not let her go.
Definitely. And now look, they're losing her to Dana White possibly to the UFC. But I heard
As you should.
she's
You
from-
don't deserve her, Best
She's
Buy.
from Hawaii.
You don't
that's
deserve
a
her.
tough sell. Move your home from Hawaii. That's tough sell. Last thing I got to bring up: Floyd Mayweather. This picture comes out. You and Floyd sitting next to each other at a Celtics game. People were showing the picture to everyone, showing the picture to me, and they're saying, "Do you think something's gonna happen between these two?" And I said, "No way. Dana wouldn't touch that guy. Absolutely not." The next day, you're like, "We're doing business with Floyd Mayweather." Dude, what the hell? What are we doing here? You said you got value you could add to Floyd Mayweather, and he has value you could add to you, right?
100%. I think that we both add value. If he's going to continue to do things, and the big question was leading into the Conor fight was, could we work together? Could we get a deal done? Could we do this? Not only did I get a deal done with Floyd, the entire, it was a good experience.
Yeah.
It was a good experience.
Except you said that maybe the Showtime side of things, not even necessarily them, but the
yeah,
way they
well,
ran
that's
things.
a no-brainer.
Yeah. So that's why Zuffa Boxing now, you aim to make that better. But with Floyd, with someone like Floyd, he's so old, his fighting style, you've seen all the chirps.
You're a
against
big
Floyd.
fan, huh?
You're a big boxing fan.
You're a big fan of Floyd, huh?
I'm not over what he did to my boy.
Yeah.
So I look at that and I'm like, man, come on.
Listen, you can't deny.
You think you could ever get him in the cage?
You
Probably
can't
not,
deny
right?
that Floyd is one of the greatest to ever do it. Look at the record, and he fought everybody, man. He really did.
He waited for some people to fight them.
Well, he waited for the Pacquiao fight, which I've said publicly many times should have happened years before it did. But other than that, Floyd fought everybody, man. And I believe that we both add value to each other, so we won't start talking till this summer if everything goes the way that I think it will. And we'll figure out what's next.
All right, you're saying you and Floyd, or you, for Zuffa Boxing
me
in
and
total
Floyd, me and
for
Floyd,
summer?
yeah.
So Zuffa Boxing we could hear about maybe before
Yeah, I'm
summer?
still working on some bullshit with that.
All right.
It's
All right.
it's gonna take some time.
UFC 246 fight week. We got Conor versus Cowboy on Saturday. I can't wait. It's going to be a first round knockout. We're going to go celebrate with the King afterwards. It's going to be a good time. Dana, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Good to see you.